Alright, you're here with Brian at Bryden Farm, and we're just going to take a little walk. I want you to know that when we moved in here in 2020, this was about what we looked at as far as woodland, and even the road was grown up. We have taken and upcycled old mink cages. And the first year, last year, we put goats in the first section, and then we moved the goats to this section. It's far more lush and green then, and put pigs in the first section. Then we moved the goats over one section to the right, moved the pigs in here, and that's why it has been pretty much taken back to just soil. And this year we have our Muscovy ducks in here. That's Old Fella and Checkers, and the pigs and the goats. Well, the point is, you can use pigs and goats, definitely use pigs and goats, to turn woodland into pasture land and gardens. Now, the purpose of this video really is I wanted to show you the wood that I've been cutting for firewood. I was thinking about maybe taking down this first tree, and when we fell this tree, I managed to fall two trees at once and took the top off. And so I no longer have to debate. Once I get in here, get this cut up, I'll take the spruce tree down as well. And I actually think probably it was getting to a point where it should come down. Now, this roadway, as I say, was all grown up, and through moving wood and other things in and out, we've managed to get it somewhat cleared up. Here's one of the leghorn ladies that we have presently for sale. We got these about a month ago. We have actually sold most of them. They were pretty bare. A few of them still are, but we've had them on hemp seed feed, which is high protein. And actually there's one of the brown leghorns. You can see that she's still in a little bit of rough condition. But they're feathering in. The feathers are coming back in. They're doing well. See if we can get to where we can give you a picture of where they are with the tarps and the upcycled wood and pallets. And that is, and I'm not sure that you can see her in there, but we actually have Eve in here. Eve is our oldest Shannon goat, and she was kind of getting picked on by the others, and she started to kind of sleep outside, so we got her in there. As long as they can get out of the wet and out of the wind, they're good, chickens and goats. Now this is, and I'm on the outside here, so if you see the netting, that's why we have netting that goes up so far here on the sides. These are our potatoes, and in back of the potatoes, okay, Roscoe, you wait there. In back of the potatoes, look, chicken food. The worm there on the ground. Here are some tomatoes. He's looking and wanting to come in. If you come in, you come in and sit, okay? He does a very good job of not getting on the ropes. Come. Come. Okay. Come over here. Come over here. Over here. Okay. Sit. Sit. Stay. Good boy. Good boy. The peas, lettuce, and tomatoes all growing together. Our tomatoes I usually buy transplants, and our friend Bonnie had some, and we got those from her. and they're coming quite well. So Bonnie, if you happen to watch this, thank you. Our peas have been in blossom about a week, are beginning to set pods, and within the next week maybe we will actually be able to have a feed of peas. One of the things that I like to do and haven't done so far is to steal a pod and just eat it the way it is. Much better to wait and let it fill out, but it gives a good indication of what the peas are going to taste like, and also gives a good indication of what new peas taste like, especially this time of year. So yesterday, I'll go around and show you after, but I was opening this up to allow some sun in earlier this year. So in this section up here, if you can see, and we'll look at that a little closer, is where I've been cutting. And earlier this year we took out some of the trees here on the on the northeast corner, east corner, where the sun comes up, allowing much better light into this garden. So these are our potatoes. I'm going to get in here in the next week, till up this side, hill them up once more. They fell over the other day, but they've come back, which is great. Right here we have one of my favorite plants, which is an herb called borage, B-O-R-A-G-E, and right next to a nasturtium, and a few beets, which I think mainly we'll get beet greens from. Borage tastes exactly like cucumber, but no burp, so I love borage. What I was going to say is, one of the trees, I don't know if you can look through the fence there and see how many I've actually got through the 6-foot space I wanted them to fall in, but one of them come this way, knocked that cage over, and the only thing it really damaged was one tomato plant, which I think may come back. I'm going to stake it there soon, and that cage. But you know what, that's not too bad. Still get a couple of pieces of the tree in here. I'm gonna take them out. Just did that yesterday, but for the most part we missed. Oh, actually I see that maybe knocked a borage plant over. If it doesn't come back, we lost some of those as well. Here in the middle we have beets and parsnip. If you can see the leaf here, that's parsnip, this one. And we have onions and garlic growing. And down here we have the same, but we also have zucchini, or summer squash, that's coming along quite nicely. In a month they should have some zucchini. On the back side, Roscoe, what are you doing? Get back where you belong. Back up there where you belong. Roscoe, go. Sit. Sit. Stay. Stay. Good boy. He's investigating something down in the corner. On the back side of the potatoes here, we have more peas that are coming into blossom, radish, and carrots all growing together. So pretty lush back this way. This side of the potatoes has been hilled a couple times already. Will probably keep the potatoes protected from the sun. This side, I'll come in and hill again, and it will help to keep any potatoes that are growing on this side covered out of the sun. In between the potatoes, I plant bush beans, green and yellow beans, and so far so good. 2.5 going on 3 years now. It's our third garden where we have no potato bugs. And I read about it a few years ago. And you'll see the potatoes are just starting to come into blossom, just little buds on them there. And I was reading about planting bush beans in potatoes, and this is the third garden where so far we've had no potato bugs. So consider planting bush beans, green and yellow beans, in your potatoes to get rid of potato bugs. So really, never go in the garden when it's wet. I know on these videos I do because for whatever reason, I guess it's because it's a slow day. When it's a rain day, I kind of have a day to relax, and that allows me to get in here and do a video. But really, you see, I don't handle the plants a whole lot on these days, and I do see some more buds there where the potatoes are going to flower. Hopefully you can see those as well, right almost in the center of the screen. So this garden did not get any of our compost. Has had pretty much all just liquid fertilizer. And one of the things that Roscoe was investigating in the corner, probably there's been a mouse or something nosing around there. In the feed bag is a bucket like the one beside it, and it has fish waste in it. I say we make fish chowder for our garden, or seafood chowder. Probably has some clam shell in it as well. And we hang those, normally hang them up on the post. That one's still sitting. The other two I hung in the duck pen, two sections over, to help attract flies for the ducks. And so this has been a little garden tour. But if you look up here, here's some of the firewood that have been cutting. And that one big tree that fell and broke the top off the spruce, that is right here. And actually, that tree had a big base. And you're wondering what I'm doing. Trying to close my gate. The keep the chickens and the dogs out, and anything else too. So this will all get turned into firewood. It's going to open this section up considerably, allowing more of the afternoon sun into the garden. Now I'm also going to be taking out more trees here. I want to leave the big oaks, at least for now. Someone has been dreaming of an oak floor. I don't know if that'll ever happen, but if it does, these big oaks will provide that. There's where the log come through, or the tree come through. And this is where I've been working the last couple of days. At least junking up into about 5 foot lengths. Our firebox can handle a 16-inch piece of wood, and so I cut them into 64-inch lengths, and they will get cut into again in the middle, but each of those pieces will get cut into also, so we will have 4 16-inch pieces of block to split into firewood. And some of these are pretty good solid trees, and I'm not sure if you can see it there or not. I kind of bypassed it, but there is the stump. If we can get into a better position of the big tree that I fell, and the one beside it was actually growing out of the same stump. That's the one that took the top off of the spruce tree. So this section I am going to take the trees out of in favor of doing possibly a little park-like section with possibly a couple of picnic tables at the bottom and some flowers and maybe herbs along the hillside, and in the back there is where we have the other goats, and we'll be moving Eve back there too. Just took her out last night, and she's been in the other area where I showed you for the last 12 hours or so. Just give her a break. We've got at least 2 or 3 bred goats in here, and just give you another shot here of where I've been cutting and more trees to cut. And it doesn't really look like it on here, but a lot of these are like 8 to 10 inch at breast height, 8 to 10 inch diameter. We'll come over and have a peek in here at the goats, and then we'll wrap up this video for today. There's Sophie. She is a wonderful goat. She just happens to be kind of a bully, and the one that's picking on Eve the most. Her water dish, a little bit cloudy after the rain. Some leaves that we do add in. Now this actually exits onto a small field, mixed vegetation on that end. And not sure that you can see her, but Ella is down there. So we'll be dropping her head right in where you can't see Ella, but Ella is in laying down there. We have kind of a divided cage area. And Nana is in there as well. And Nana, she is heavy with kids. I believe Sophie is going to have at least one, and there's a possibility that Ella may have one also. I don't know if we go around, continue out the road here a little bit. I know the video is getting rather long. Might be fun, interesting to get it uploaded. But here's a bit of their pasture. Normally have this on electric wire. So far they've been here a couple of weeks and no problem with any escaping. No attempts that I know of. Something right here just smells wonderfully sweet. I'm hoping, here's one of the feed dishes. I'm hoping that maybe we can get a shot from right here of Ella and Nana. And this is very slippery, and these hillsides after a rain, quite deadly actually. We usually don't do much the day following a rain, day of a rain, or day following a rain. Gives us some time to rest. Another food dish. You can see the water in it and just how much how much it rained this morning. I put a few feed dishes around, keeps them from fighting over their feed. I'll come in and have a look. You can see Sophie in the upper house there. Nana in here. Hi Nana. He's a good girl. He's a good girl. You got a piece of hay or grass or something stuck on you. Dad just got a cobweb in the face. I'll take that out. Isn't that? Is that your headdress? Huh? Is that your headdress? Huh? You're a good girl. You're a good girl. You're a good girl. And you can see that she is heavy laden, and she's due to freshen here in the next week. And little Ella, not sure if she may or may not have one. They all ran with a young buck for about 6 weeks through February and into March. So Nana was bred just prior to that. Ella, Sophie, and their little girl Eve, they were with the buck. I think possibly Ella may have one, and I believe that Sophie is probably going to have one. So, I think there's Sophie. There's Sophie. We're going to call it a day and end this for now because it's already over 20 minutes. So, from me, Brian, here at Bryden Farm, and Nana, and everyone else, we thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day.